Hey y'all, Sarah Luhu here, and we are back again with Danganronpa 2. So as you can clearly see, Nagi did not do well last episode. He kind of died. So we have that now. Yeah, this is bad. So, to recap, Nagi sent us looking for bombs. We scattered all over the island trying to find them. We discovered the bombs. Turned out that they were fireworks. Nagi's like, I'm going to be in the warehouse next door whenever you guys want to come talk to me. Instead, we go to the warehouse next door. Warehouse next door catches on fire. We go to try and get flame grenades, which are supposed to put out the fire. The grenades don't do anything except make the fire worse. And Monokuma turned on the sprinklers, and we came back here and discovered Nagi's body. So, current working theory is that whoever the traitor is, came over here and kind of messed him up. Yeah, so I had no idea what I was looking at. By the time I realized I was looking at the remains of Nagi, the ultimate lucky student, whose luck has clearly run out, time had already stopped. So, smile at hope in the name of despair. End. A Deadly Life, Chapter 5. Okay, eventually, the shock finally registered with me. A numb feeling spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. Nagi is dead. Even when I saw this before me, I wasn't able to comprehend the reality yet.
Huh?
Yeah. Well,
What?
yeah. Yeah, sorry, everybody just screamed. What's going on here?
You serious?
Is he really dead? He's not pretending to be dead, is he? I mean, it's Nagi, you know? Yeah, that's right, that is a Nagi. He always messed with us. He always tried to confuse us. That's why I can't believe it. That Monokuma doll also has a hole in it. Nagi ended up in such a cruel state. Nagi is dead. Deep down, I believed that when the killings finally ended, I'd never see this guy again. I never expected I'd be looking at Nagi's body like this. Nagi probably thought the same thing. I couldn't help seeing it in his dead, frightened face. But on this island, unbelievably abnormal occurrences happen all the time. Even Nagi couldn't escape that truth. But even something as small as that. A body has been discovered.
A body has been discovered! Now then, after a certain...
Clash
Don't
Trial!
tell me.
The body discovery announcement? Then it's for real!
Hey!
Then Nagi's really dead?
Damn it!
It's not just that he's dead, it's a body discovery announcement was made. Does that mean Nagi was killed? No, he did all of this to himself, clearly. Killed?
That's right.
Plus, it's one of us. I mean, that's what it means, right? One of us killed Nagi? One of us killed him so brutally? Then it's going to start again, huh? The Clash trial is going to start soon, right? Then...
Of course!
Yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta find out who Nagi's killer is.
Hey!
No matter who you guys sacrifice, you're determined to survive and leave this island, right? Then the time for action is now. So, allow me to give you the familiar Monokuma file. Hold it right there!
Damn it!
Ah, what? Don't get in my way like that. I was about to whip out the Monokuma file in such a cool way.
Stupid
Shut up! I can't stand this anymore! How much longer are you going to keep putting them through this? No more! I won't let you! I'll make sure I pulverize your evil intentions! Oh, mono me, baby girl.
Hey!
So say something!
What's this?
Oh, now I remember who you are. You're Monomi. You just now noticed?
Like...
Anyway, Monomi, if you're gonna talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first? Huh? What are your intentions anyway? Why are you keeping everyone cooped up on this island, huh? I'm sure everyone here wants to know too, you know. Monomi? What? No fair, you're shutting up too.
Wait!
Enough already! We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagi. Please do not say anything else that will confuse us.
Hey.
Anyway, let's begin. Huh? But...
This is just...
I mean, in the end, we still have to do it, right? As long as killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it, right? Besides, it's our fault that we couldn't even prevent it. I know. That's the only way we can survive, right?
Nice!
Oh, looks like you kids are way more well-behaved than Mono me.
Don't fuck with me!
Oh, we're tired of this too, you know? That's why I'll definitely make sure to finish this for the good this time.
Does that mean you guys are getting bored of this school trip?
Actually...
Don't worry, the end is near.
The end?
What's the matter?
Don't make a face like a pig that's about to become bacon. You've already noticed it, right?
Does he know about Piggy?
Oh, the giant bomb thing? The meaning behind that Monokuma timer. I guess there's only 2 days left, huh? When that timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what will happen to us? Huh? The killing school trip will be over.
Hey,
If this will finally be over,
Are you serious?
does that mean we can go home?
what are you gonna do?
Don't count your bears before they've hatched. There's still something you gotta do before that, right?
So,
Once again,
the Monokuma file!
you guys need to find out who Nagi's killer is and survive the class trial. If this ends here, there won't be an afterword at all.
Do your best.
Wait!
Hold on!
I won't forgive you!
I won't let you escape this time. Wait right there.
Do your best, Monomi. What do you guys think? If the school trip is nearly at an end, it's safe to think we can go home, right?
But still...
Kazuichi, I understand how you feel, but we need to focus on Nagi's case first.
Damn it!
I don't think it's going to be that simple, dude. I think it's going to be boom. Even if we can go home, it'll be the end of us if we screw up here.
Right!
Then let's hurry up and solve Nagi's case so we can go back home.
However...
It is nice to think everyone can go home, but that is impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagi. There's a killer among us. The weight of those words began to sink into me. That was true of the previous cases, but what is it really? True this time? No matter how much I tried, I couldn't believe it. Because the victim was Nagi? Because his death was so abnormally cruel? No, it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that. And whatever it was stuck inside me. What do you mean more to it? First, we need to look at the Monokuma file. Ooh, different music. The victim is Nagi Komeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. The victim is... Not only is there a spear stabbed into his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. What a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed. Huh? Is there something wrong with the Monokuma file? Again, but what's wrong with it? Something off? Not only is there a spear stabbed into his stomach, there are multiple wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. What is it? I don't...
Yep.
It's definitely weird. What? Chucky, use your words. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. We can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first.
See?
If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. Then let's start with the area surrounding Nagi's body. We should start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagi's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagi's body. I probably didn't expect to end up like this either. Monokuma file number 5 is in our truth bullets. I'm curious about this plushie. Monokuma's dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey.
No response. He's dead, Jim. Just kidding. I'm not dead.
Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at the factory?
If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you.
You're a stuffed animal too, you know.
Don't put oversized garbage there. It's so misleading. Well, what are you calling oversized garbage?
Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? I don't think so. Then why'd he do it? Making a hole like it got stabbed and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Did he try to imitate Nagi's body or something? I don't think so.
I had nothing to do with that.
Huh?
You're so evil.
He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there.
What's this?
You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monomi, but you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. I won't even give it to your threats. I'll fight you until the end.
I can't.
I will definitely take back the seat of the world supremacy from Monokuma.
Here you go, Monomi. Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagi's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. Monokuma plushie has been added to the Truth Blood section in your handbook. Let me look at our file again. Spear was in his stomach. Because, you know, a blow to the gut could kill you. It'd just be a slow and very painful death. And it has to be the source of the... I'm pretty certain that the spear must be the source of the, you know, death for him. I mean, he could have just bled out, but I'm thinking this is probably what killed him. And so, I'm thinking maybe he tried to defend himself with the Monokuma plushie and put it in front of him, and whoever it was just stabbed the spear right on through. What else? The fire grenades. Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... Wow, weren't we being cool? Those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, the evidence really isn't all that strange. Is that a lighter? It is a lighter. Ah, it's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. Oh, hey, I see what it is. If the oil lighter was placed here...
Just kidding.
Ah, an oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm.
It's on.
It's a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire. Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
Which means?
Oh, I see. So using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it? That's what the dolls are for. Not the dolls, but the cutouts. The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused a fire to destroy evidence? That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to the crime scene, but... Oil lighter has been added to the Truth Blood section of your handbook. Okay, so the lighter was put there, and then... Yeah, that line of Monokuma things was meant to knock it onto the curtain, right? Okay, what else? People to talk to in Nagi's body. Let's look at Nagi's body. I never expected Nagi to die like this. He always was spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us, but even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times where we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again.
No, now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. Woo! Plenty of things catch my eye. What's this? Effective speeder bound. Both of Nagi's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagi, they also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it!
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge toward him. Or they might have been torturing him. The torture? Well, that's the only way they were going to find out about palms, right? He said himself. I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds all over Nagi's body were from the killer torturing him, right? If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagi confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor? No. Well, even if that was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge toward Nagi. Refusing to let him die easily? I could totally understand a darker boss like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they have really gone this far? Main Truth Bullet. Torture wounds has been added to our Truth Bullet section of our handbook. See, another reason why I'm thinking the spear came first is because they would have to, you know, really incapacitate him and, you know, in order to get him tied up like this. And the only person I could think of being able to do that would be Akane, but again, I don't think it's Akane. Okay, we got a burnt rope. The knife stabbed through Nagi's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel?
This knife, it must have been from the military base.
Military base? Ah, now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well,
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by the same knife.
Which means, after the killer was finished stabbing Nagi's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand?
it cannot be.
And then they finished him off with a spear.
Cruel.
Yeah. Then, does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why did they need to use the spear at all?
You are right.
That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it?
A reason they had to use the spear, huh? Survival knife has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Whew, so much stuff to look at. Oh, that's not even anything to look at. Okay, let's look at his left hand first. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason that the wounds on his left arm doesn't look deep compared to the other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere.
Super difficult.
There's something strange.
Strange, what?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think the blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but doesn't the blood spatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm.
Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it's spattered? No?
Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but
Huh? There's something else that's strange?
when you flip it over and look at the back of his hand, there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger.
You're right. Why is it only on this part?
See?
See, it's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win.
Yeah, sure, you win, but it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood spatter like that? His hand would have had to have been, like, wrapped, right? Covered with something. Blood on the left hand has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Let's look at his face. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth was covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagi from screaming for help?
This is bad.
Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. The blood spattered all over. It doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth was covered with duct tape, otherwise he wouldn't have been able to look at him.
Oh, got a minute? Sorry, excuse me.
Chiaki moved past Kazuichi and squatted down next to Nagi's face. Yeah, okay, and in one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off his mouth. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey!
Putting the tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed. We have to investigate, Soda.
The blood on Nagi's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice on his arm. Okay, if that's the case...
It's no use. She's not listening.
Hey,
Hey, about the blood spattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape.
So that was on there while the stabbing was going on. What's wrong with that?
well,
This duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking toward the inside of his mouth, right? Nagi was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape.
Okay, seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagi's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is there something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back over his mouth already.
yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too. I should remember it. Okay, duct tape has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook. So... I don't know, I'm getting a weird suspicion here. But I'm not sure how it would work exactly. I'm thinking that he might have done some of this to himself. But I'm not entirely sure how. I'm not sure if he actually killed himself or if he did extra stuff to it, but I'm getting the impression, like with his hand and everything, that some of this might have been done on his own. Especially considering that he didn't technically die until 12 on the spot, and we know that the fireworks went off prematurely. So he probably died somewhere between the fire and when we were watching his video message. I have no idea though. Let's see. And the only other thing is a spear. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagi's stomach.
There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? A cord extends from the tip of the handle and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see. You use the cord as a wick to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. Is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the spear of Gungnir, right? The same one that killed Mumu. You definitely just came up with that right now. No, he's had it for a while. By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from?
I feel like I saw it at Nizumi Castle.
What? Nizumi Castle? I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Ah, damn you mice. Damn you all to hell. I see, even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle. It looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. It's about the size of a human fist, and it's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. So I feel like he... So confusing. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently the spear came from the Zumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Spear Gungnir has been added to our truth bullets. I'm thinking he had to have been holding something, but then the back of his hand not having anything on it either is what's bothering me. What could he have been doing? Alright, let's get at it. Oop. Sorry, R button. There's still something I need to confirm. Oh, did I overlook something? Oh, the burnt rope? Nagi's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be the result of the fire? That's weird. If the rope is burned off like this... What? Why are Nagi's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the base? Burned rope has been added to the truth bullet section in your handbook. I guess I'm done with this area surrounding Nagi's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly-looking body. Even I'm surprised by it. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible, and I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as this? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. It's cool. It's cool now. I mean, Haji. See, that's making me think more and more that he staged this. And stuff, because if this was burned off, then that would mean this arm was free. And unless the killer was in here to stab that into his hand, you know, it wouldn't make any sense. But the part where it gets tricky is that this is clearly, like, stabbed into the ground, right? It's to keep his hand pinned. Or at least that's what it looks like from this angle, so it doesn't make sense how he would be able to do that. Because I'm thinking he had to have been holding something. And I could be wrong, but I don't feel like it is. I feel like this arm was free. Alright, let's get out of this. I should investigate here a little more. What else do we have? Oh, do I have to talk to people? But talking... Ugh. Is that not of importance? That looks like it should be of importance. That looks like a pink blood spatter right there. Maybe somebody else will point it out. Soda? One of us killed Nagi in such a cruel way. It's too bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. You shouldn't be, man. Chiaki. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. Ah, Chiaki, you're onto it. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling?
Yeah, about that sprinkler.
That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
Well?
You see a girder right next to it, right there.
See?
Oh, she sees it too. Can you see that red streak? Huh? Yeah, it's the blood. You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder.
Perhaps. Is that blood?
Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's on a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. Yeah, it's definitely strange. I should remember this. Blood on the girder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, I think I'm getting some more ideas. A faint red line on the ceiling girder inside the gridstone house. He could have probably tossed the weighted end, right? Especially seeing how there's such a long chain to it. But then again, there's the freaking knife that's causing all these issues. Fufu. Talk to me, dude. I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's going to happen? Huh? What's going to happen?
That's obviously
This rotten
wrong.
school trip is gonna end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen?
Well, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey,
What do you mean, something?
shut up!
She's making us kill each other, you know. What could be worse than that?
Damn it!
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know.
You...
Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. But... should be brought up. Connie? It mattered for Gundam's killing and for McCann's, but it looks like it's different this time. And it doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter? The time! Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file that the time of death was noon sharp. If it was noon sharp, then what were we doing at that time? What were we doing? Well, right now it's
time.
It's 12:30 p.m. So, it also has a clock function. You can see it on his little chest. Then, that means Nagi died 30 minutes ago. Huh? It happened bad recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right, those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon.
Right!
Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagi's killer. We all have an alibi though. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Could it be a suicide? I don't know. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to repair. Because I think he did some of it to himself, but... I don't know. Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious. Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. Now then, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagi, there should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him up with a rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than the fatal one. So what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Alright, I should try investigating the areas inside the warehouse first. Because really, it feels like it could go either way with this. It feels like somebody could have been torturing him for the info on the bombs, or that he could have done some of this to himself, or all of it to himself if he set it up right. But I don't know how that would work. Okay, so the Monokuma panels are definitely what set it off. Okay, there's a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall. They should have been neatly put away. Maybe we're the ones who made this mess? Huh?
See?
Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it! It's a trap! Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to open it slowly? Akane ignored the protest, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. And that's what set off the fire. Could it be? Was that it? And there's something else I've been wondering. The lighter?
Hey.
These Monokuma panels are tipped over, starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right?
They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line.
Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So...
Isn't that clearly strange? I mean, strange. That means we can speculate this was done intentionally. Obtain truth bullet. Monokuma panels has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Eh. What else do we have? Oh, right, the thing. MP3 player. This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here?
Maybe.
It looks like that weird music that was playing from there. Oh no, wait, that was us, wasn't it? No, yeah, that was us. Okay. You know that music that was blaring when the fire started? Yeah, you're right. It looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. That music was playing from this MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? MP3 player has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. To cover up a noise, maybe? Is there anything else? I guess I can talk with people. Foo-foo?
Jeez.
Well,
you're pathetic.
think about the countdown. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, that's not the concern right now, dude. Well, even though I did say I was gonna freaking kill him, there's no way I would have actually done it. I was just upset, you know? Yeah, we get it, dude. Sonia? Looks like Sonia is focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I needed to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagi's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonia, do you have a minute?
Yes, what is it?
I want to talk to you about when the fake bomb Nagi set in the warehouse exploded.
Huh?
Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right?
It is all right. It is not a bomb.
Why did you know the bomb was a fake?
Well...
That's not all, either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the Central Island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you, and what were you doing during that time?
Oh my!
Oh my!
It cannot be!
Do you suspect me?
Well, not really.
It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus shit, you son of a bitch!
So, Sonia!
I am sorry!
I am terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there.
Huh?
Well?
At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone, so I kept silent the whole time.
Does that mean when you heard Nagi planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate
That
them?
is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found.
And because you were searching for them, you were late with when we all gathered.
Please listen!
And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs that Nagi brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs.
How did you find out the bombs at the military base were fake?
Because I attempted to use one of them.
What?
I see.
I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real, and I thought that I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin.
Oh, there's a Monome there.
That plan was an utter failure.
Why is there a
The bomb
Monome
was
there?
not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
Adorable.
See. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Mommy as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Which
So,
If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean that Nagi took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagi blew up the hotel lobby. That bomb was real and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagi's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he said were real as well.
If so, then Nagi's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reason for doing it.
With this, I have explained
Do
everything.
you have a minute?
There should be no more reason for you to doubt me.
You're right, I got it. Sonia's account has been added to our truth log section of the handbook. Alright, I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there's still so many things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
You look worried.
Yeah, I am.
Well,
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range.
You mean it's a good idea to investigate other places as well? She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base that Sonia mentioned, the plushie factory next door, Nazumi Castle where the spear originally came from, and Nagi's room too. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him.
I'm pretty sure the others have already finished
can you
investigating.
hear me?
Hey, you guys. Isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too?
In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I see.
I agree. I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea.
But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene.
We don't have a choice there. Just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here.
I guess you're right.
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So we need to search for them in other areas probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we'd have to give up completely.
You don't really need to say that.
Hey!
Then it's okay if we leave this place? It's okay? Yeah, I guess. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagi's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. That was actually a pretty cool transition there. Alright, but this is where we are going to be ending the episode for today. Let's get some silence. Okay, so yeah, I have to say, it's just like a gut feeling, but I think he had to have done some of the stuff himself. So it's because of the whole, like, burnt rope thing. You know that his hand was free for that, and you know that the other hand was clearly clean for some reason, both the front and the back, so he had to have had something in his hand. Or, I don't know how the back would be clean, though, because the sides of it aren't. The sides are covered in blood. There's just the palm and the back of his hand, which are clean. And that's what doesn't really make too much sense. And then there's the blood on the girder, and I get the feeling that he had to have tossed the weight from the spear up there, maybe, and pulled it down again, I guess, because that's the only way the blood could have gotten on it. But I'm thinking that he had to have done some of this to himself, because why have slice marks on his arm and not stab wounds? Like, on the legs. Like, I just keep on getting the feeling that this is just a setup, like his final last deception thing. And everything. And I was kind of getting, like, suspicious in the last episode that it was, like, the traitor, and I was thinking that, maybe it could be Chiaki, because they were, shoving that in our face, that, oh no, she swiped her thing first, and the whole, I was like, well, to make sure it didn't explode kind of thing. But I get the feeling that that's probably not the case. Maybe that's one of the things where it's like they're trying to make you think that could be through deception. I mean, I don't know, we really... Probably. But, I don't think it's the traitor who did it, whoever the traitor is. I don't think that that's the case that we're dealing with here. Because I'm just so certain that he had to have done some of this to himself. Like, it seems like an exponentially, like, cruel thing to do, and I don't really think that any of us would have been capable of that, but Nagi's completely off his rocker. He would be able to do something like that, even to himself. And I'm thinking that the tape on his mouth and the music blaring was to cover it up, his screams, but again, I think that might be something... Wait a second! That's right! Oh! It's 2 pieces. Okay. Sorry. I think I just realized how his hand was clean. It's because you had 2 pieces of duct tape covering his mouth that met in the center. It wasn't just, 1 piece strapped over it. And so the tape could have been on his palm and on the back of his hand. And that's how that could be clean. And again, though, that stupid knife. The knife thing is the thing that's causing the most issues for me. Because, again, I feel like he had to have done something here, but then you got the knife stabbed into the hand that would have been free. And, I don't know, for him to have been messing with any of that during the time of his death, the killer would have had to be in there to stab his hand into the ground, and nobody was in there. It's so confusing. There's so many things. But again, I'm thinking that that's probably his intention. I'm thinking that he had to have played a part in this, because he's always about, screwing things up and messing with people's heads and, helping the killer and helping the students and all that, so... I don't know, I feel like he had to have done something. Oh well, but yeah, that's it for this episode. Next time we're going to do some more investigating of some other places, and until then, like and subscribe if you want to, and thank you for watching.